Aloha guys, welcome back to another video. And as you can see, I'm standing here in Maui, Hawaii, a much better backdrop than my normal videos. So today I want to share with you guys my top 3 products for June. That way you can go ahead and you begin selling these products and you can actually start your FBA business or expand your FBA business with these 3 products. As you can see guys, it's awesome having an FBA store because the most important and best benefit of having a store is that you can work anywhere with an internet connection. So as of right now, I can be in Hawaii or I could be in Alaska, across the world, wherever. As long as I have an internet connection, I can manage my business. So let's get started today guys, and let's see what I have to offer for these top 3 products. All right, and here we go. So I hope you guys can hear me all right. There might be some wind noise in the background. I'll do my best to try to edit that out. But let's get started with the first product today. That is a neck air conditioner, which I could really be using right now here in Maui, Hawaii. This is a product that essentially goes over your neck. I'll show you guys a picture here in a second. And it's battery operated and blows the fan at your face and around your area around there. So it's a very intuitive product. I typically do not recommend electronics, especially from Chinese suppliers, just given the reliability that we've been seeing over there. But with the right product, you can turn this into a brand of neck air conditioners. And right now is a great time with the summer months coming up to take advantage of the demand that we're about to be seeing here. So taking a look at some of the statistics here, our monthly search volume right around 3,000, close to 1,000 monthly average units sold, which are good numbers. And then we have a very high sales price. A little bit over $50. That gives you a lot of room for opportunity with your profit margin. The 30-day and the 90-day search trends, 158% for the 30-day monthly search trend, and the 90-day, 313%. Good numbers. It's showing that there's a rise in demand that's coming with this ratio between the 90 and 30-day. Very low competition and an 8 out of 10 niche score and very low seasonality. I always say that this Jungle Scout score doesn't really give you a good indicator if there's going to be a seasonal product or not. So it's always best to take a look at the average units sold in addition to the search volume to see those trends, to see when peak demand is going to be. So as we would expect, spring we begin seeing demand picking up since the warmer months are coming, and then in the summer is when we would see that peak demand. So looking at the average units sold here over the past 2 years, we can see an influx in demand come those summer months, come June, July, and then in August. So that's why it's a great time right now to begin selling these, to see that peak demand in July and June. Taking a look at the search volume, we're going to see a very similar story here. Back in 2020, around end of May to early June, we began to see a increase up until the whole way till the end of August and into September. So this gives you at least 1 to 2 months of peak demand. So if you're looking to sell maybe 200 units of these, you can quickly sell those and make a good return. So let's take a look at what these actually look like and gain an idea of what we're going to be talking about today. So as you can see, they are these neck air conditioners that go around your neck. They blow cool air up and through your hair, your neck, your whole face, and it's just a convenient way of relaxing and keeping cool during the summer months while walking around and being outdoors. So they're pretty cool. So even though there's a lot on this first listing page, there are plenty of ways that you can actually go about differentiating your product. So once we pull up the Chrome extension, we can see right around over 1,000 average monthly sales, which is very similar to what the previous page told us. A very low review count. So if you look at the ratio between the reviews to the average monthly sales, we always want the monthly sales to be far greater than the number of reviews. Just really a rule of thumb when taking a look at it. So our average price on the first listing page about $40. We're seeing overall in this niche about $53. So anywhere within that range. If you could get these for about less than $10 a unit, you would have a great opportunity of having a 45 to 50% profit margin. Opportunity score currently is a high demand with low competition, a 7 out of 10. And as you can see, the revenue is very, very high, especially for this top seller, which is a third-party brand that can potentially be yourself. We're seeing nearly three-fourths of $1 million each and every month. So those are great numbers there. All right, and let's move over to the Google trend data just to get an idea of what Google sees in the search results, which is very assuring here. As we see in 2020, at the end of May, we started seeing that peak demand, and then it slowly trailed off, still very high in comparison to throughout the whole entire year up until September. As you can see, here's the beginning of May, and at the time of this video, it's the end of May, and we're just about to start seeing that increase in demand. Google doesn't have enough data to predict what that interest will be over time come June, but based on 2020 trends as we're seeing here, I can guarantee that this is going to begin to increase once again, at least above this 50 level right here. So great recommendation for the first product in June. Great for the summer months. Be a little weary of this product when we get to late fall and early winter, because we begin to see the demand taper off. So I see this as a seasonal item to sell over the next 3 to 4 months, and maybe 200 to 400 units would be a great number to start out with. All right, and on to our second product, which are these fight toys. Now, these have had a lot of different names. These are those fidget toys, the dimple toys, which we talked about, I believe, in, I think it was February or March's video, and they were the recommendations. So this is just really another spin and different niche. So if you're currently selling these toys, which I'll show you guys here, if you're currently selling any of these fidget toys, dimple toys, whatever you call them, this is just a way that you can pivot into a new niche that has a lot of demand currently, and you can continue selling those existing sensory fidget toys. Now, if you're new to the market and you want to begin selling these, there still is a lot of opportunity. As you can see, when we jump back here to the statistics, over 6,000 average units sold per month, which is just an insane amount. And then the monthly search volume, 35,000. So with that previous product, the neck air conditioner, we were seeing about 1,000 monthly search volume. This is 35 times that, 35,000. So a lot of demand for these, and as we can see, continuing into the search trends, 30-day search trend 60% and 90-day 386%. A lot of demand. It's rising up, as we also are seeing in the average units sold down here. Very low competition, a 9 out of 10 niche score, and low seasonality is what they're saying. They sell about $20. They do sell in sets, typically 14 or 28 piece sets. So if you're looking just to sell a single one of these, it's going to be very difficult to actually get a good margin with all the Amazon fulfillment fees. So I recommend asking your supplier to put them in sets of 14 or 28 pieces. And as you can see, this demand really has started picking up since last year at this time, early July, and it has not stopped. It just continued to increase and increase for these toys in different niches. These fight toys are an excellent way to begin selling on Amazon. And once we pull up the Chrome extension, we can see that the average monthly sales to the reviews, that ratio, very high, almost a 4 to 1. That's what we want to see. We want to see a lot more monthly sales in comparison to the average reviews. So this still has a decent amount of competition. It does have a lot of reviews in this niche, but in comparison to demand, as we saw previously, it seems like you will still have a shot of selling a good bit of these. The opportunity score, a 7 out of 10, high demand and medium competition, which makes sense with the review count. If we take a look at some of the top sellers, they're making a couple $100,000 a month. And there's also some smaller sellers right here. Say the 7th seller is making about $7,000 a month. They may be a new seller. And as you can see from the Google trend results for fight toys, we've seen some demand that's been going up and down for the past couple months. But as we can see in May, we began to spike up to the 100% level, which we saw previously around Christmas time. So that's good news. There's no major holiday or any reason why at the beginning of May that would be peaking up like it is. And as we can see, there is enough data for Google Trends to predict what the interest will be over time come June. So as we can see here, it's going to peak again at that 100% interest over time level. So now's a great time to put those orders in. Again, I recommend selling them in 14 to 28 pieces, assuming that they're the small fidget toys. And if you're currently selling these, go ahead and pivot your niche if you're not seeing the demand like you saw previously. Begin selling these in fight toys, advertise towards the fight toys keyword and niche. You'll have a lot of success going forward. All right, so we're finishing up here with the third and final product, and a product I think has a lot of potential. That is the Bibs pacifier. Now, Bibs is a trademark brand, an existing brand, so be careful with this one and definitely be aware of what I'm about to say. This is a trademark brand, so you can't go ahead and say that you're selling Bibs pacifiers unless they actually are Bib pacifiers and you're reselling them. But that's not what we're going to be doing here. So what we're doing here is we found this popular niche, and we're going to advertise and market our pacifiers that we purchased from our supplier, and we're going to advertise it towards this niche. So the idea is that when someone's looking for these Bibs pacifier, we're able to market to them, that audience, at a lower cost, and if they see a more competitive offer and a good pacifier that is similar to this one, they may go ahead and purchase yours. So with the demand, we're seeing about 5,000 average monthly units sold and a little bit over 10,000 monthly search volume. So good numbers there. 30-day search trend, 118%, and then we're seeing a slight decline in the 90-day search trend. It's only 25%, so I'm not too worried about that. But again, what I'm really excited about is the opportunity that you can market these towards this popular niche and sell your pacifiers. As we see, competition very low, 9 out of 10 niche score, good numbers all around. And as we can see, it does tell a different story once again versus the search volume. Right off the bat, we see an opportunity score of an 8 out of 10, high demand, low competition. It's one of the highest opportunity scores you can actually receive, and we can see this is all for the Bibs brand. The average monthly sales about 1,500 to a good ratio for 185 reviews. Since you're advertising, you are going to pop up where it says sponsored here. You're going to be the first one at the very top. So that gives you the best shot when someone types bibs pacifier, looking for this bibs pacifier, that you'll pop up and they'll see a more competitive offer, which will be your listing. Good numbers all around, close to $10,000 for most of their pacifiers. Not a huge, overwhelming monthly revenue, but it's definitely something you can work with. It's something you can private label over time and actually create your own brand from this. You can use this niche just to really get you started until you establish your listing in the market. So looking at the Google trend data here, we can see for bibs pacifier that the interest over time has been fairly steady from early 2020 to up until the point in time right now in 2021. So this is good in a sense that it's very stable for products that you want to sell long term and you want to create a brand from. You want products that have a stable trend and stable demand over time. That way you can have consistent monthly income and you can build a brand from it. Now, this is not a seasonal product where you'll go ahead and sell 200, 300, 400 units in a short amount of time. Again, this is for the long-term Amazon sellers, which tend to have the most success going forward. Thanks for watching today, guys. I hope this gives you a better idea of what you can begin selling here starting in June. These are great products to begin selling. Now, these are not the cream of the crop, the best products that I offer. If you're looking for much higher demand with lower competition type of products, check out my Fiverr service. There's a link in the description, and I plan to open this service back up on June 7th once I return to the mainland. All right, guys, again, thank you for watching, and best of luck this coming month.